Do you really want to travel more? But the panic attacks are really getting in the way. I know they have for me in the past, and this is the first time I've actually travelled since having PTSD. So I'm really hoping that this can be an opportunity for me to get through that and to help you out with some tips as well. Amobo is going to be going to Waglings, which is a wonderful place where he'll be having some doggy holiday time. A while back, I needed to go on a trip to Auckland for the first ever holiday with my in-laws. On the way there, I had a massive panic attack. I felt like I was going insane, that I was losing control, and I was pretty damn scared that I was going to do something stupid or dangerous. Since then, I have struggled with flying. Today, we're going on a trip as a family. This is the first time that we've travelled since having our son and since I've got PTSD. What we're going to be doing is doing some exposure for me and helping me to work through this panic so that it's not a big issue in my life.
I find there are two kinds of anxiety when people are afraid of flying. One is that the plane will crash, the other is that they'll have a panic attack or fear of panic sensations. In Becky's case, it's about the panic. Now it's important with panic not to relax, not to do any relaxation exercises, but to do exposure to the panic sensations instead, which I'm going to run Becky through on this flight. The reason why it's important not to do relaxation is that this reinforces that panic is dangerous. The three panic sensations Becky is worried about are breathing really fast, hypervigilance, and panicking and losing control. First, exposure to purposefully breathing faster. Second, hypervigilance. Lastly, trying your best to panic or daring it to do its worst. Now this doesn't do what we think it will. Daring the panic to get worse breaks the cycle of panic about panic itself, and thus Becky's feeling much better afterwards. And why we do exposure to panic sensations is that this shows our brain that these are safe, thus reducing the anxiety about panic and cancelling out the vicious cycle of panic where we get anxious about the panic sensations, which drives adrenaline up further, which then makes the panic sensations even more intense.
So we did the flight and it went well, yay! I didn't end up panicking, but the great thing about this sort of exposure is it actually shows you that it's not dangerous to panic. It's okay. And that's the big point of doing this sort of exposure, isn't it? Exactly. I was a bit worried that Maximus was going to have a hard time with Mum going through this, but what we found was he actually thought it was a game and he was absolutely fine with it, which is really lovely. And it was good to rationalise to myself that it's okay for him to see me struggle. It's okay for him to see either of us struggle, that if I'm going through a panic attack and I'm working through it and I'm using skills, that's actually showing him some really valuable stuff that you can have anxiety and you can work through it. There's something you can do about it.
Hope you found that helpful. If you did, please subscribe. We come out with content like this weekly, so we'll see you next time.
See you then!